something. This was a little sooner than we anticipated. It was an even bigger win than we anticipated. And I was just informed that we got double the number of votes that has ever been received in the great state of South Carolina. So that's pretty good. So it's a record times two. And America first. First of all, my family, Melania, Barron, Tiffany and Michael, they're so supportive. But now there's a spirit that I have never seen. We ran two great races, but there's never been a spirit like this. And I just want to say that I have never seen the Republican Party so unified as it is right now. Never been like this. America first. We're putting America first. First of all, my family. Right now, we're a laughing stock all over the world. Our country is going to be respected again, respected like never before. Your South Carolina GOP chair, Drew McKissick. Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you very much. God bless you. For basic staples. We appointed over 300 federal judges and 3 great Supreme Court justices.
Leadership matters. I'm just going to say it. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they suck. We have a clear choice. I was one of the first people to endorse Donald J. Trump to be our next president. Last year, when everyone was asking me if I was going to consider running for president, I said no. Why would you run for president if you can't win? I didn't say that to be nice. I said it because it was a fact. No one we knew could beat Donald J. Trump. We've known that for over a year, that he's the only person who had the support to be the Republican nominee. We need a fighter. We need someone who doesn't give up, who has never quit on us, so don't you quit on him. President Trump, he broke politics in 2016. He just did. And I think that's a good thing because he's real. He's not perfect, none of us are, but he cares about you. And what I love about him the most is that he doesn't think he's better than you. So luckily, we are not going back to the good old days of the Romneys and the Cheneys. And the Republican Party is much bigger than that now. We need to look for our leaders outside of the swamp. Nobody turns to D.C. for the solutions. Nothing meaningful gets accomplished here. It is governors who have had to lead. And I have seen governors make bad decisions and devastate their states, and we have seen governors who did the right thing. Now, as you know, for me personally, I slammed my foot on the gas. I promoted freedom, personal responsibility, and our Constitution. And today, South Dakotans are happy. If America wants to be great again, I'd suggest you take a look at South Dakota and see all that we have achieved, and then vote for President Trump. I want to thank you for your dedication to freedom. You are inspirational. I want you to leave here and go be hopeful and be happy. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you. Thank you.
is single-day voting on election. So I'll tell you a word about myself and our family and why we're in this. God is real. There are two genders. Fossil fuels are a requirement for human prosperity. Reverse racism is racism. An open border is not a border. Parents determine the education of their children. The nuclear family isn't a bad word. It's the greatest form of governance known to mankind. Capitalism isn't something we should apologize for. It's what lifts us up from poverty, not crony capitalism, but the real thing.
To have the warrants for illegals served by a local law enforcement, that's 1 million local law enforcement who are standing by and ready to do it. If you have a president that doesn't...
And so you're asking about the next step of the reporting into me, 8-year term limit for the bureaucracy. What happened there? They'll blame Trump, they'll blame abortion. No, there's something deeper going on. It's how we stand for we the people in this country rather than that bureaucracy.
One thing I will deliver to you, my top legislative objective in my first year, and we will get it done, is single-day voting on Election Day as a national holiday with paper ballots, government-issued voter ID to match the voter file, and yes, English as the sole language that appears on a ballot. That's not controversial, that's common sense, and that's what we will restore in this country.
Rule of thumb, if it happens right here, as long as it's not cynical, paid for people, but actual...
The only person to tell you that I will pardon on day one every peaceful January 6th protester, because that's the right thing to do for this country.
We believe in the ideals of 1776. So here's how we're going to get that. It's going to be by all of us. This country will be standing for. A war between those of us who believe we the people create a government accountable to us. Start allowing your censor if you said it, before we now know that it did. But the Hunter Biden laptop.
I voted for Trump last time. I just don't think they're going to let him win. And honestly, what I would love to see is, I would love to see Trump as president again, and I would love to see Vivek as vice president. That would be a great run for me. I would thoroughly enjoy that. I think the problem with that is, I don't think they're going to let Trump win, and that's just going to be automatic 4 years of more chaos.
What do you think if they won't hold themselves responsible, that we hold them responsible?
My sympathy with the victims of Jeffrey.
Me and him, if you go down the line of all of the little pieces that people get so hung up on nowadays, you know, his education, his race, his religion, all of the things that makes him an individual, right? When you start adding those up, me and him are very different. What makes me and him very much the same is I'm an American, just like he's an American.
I hope something then happens. I hope members of the media, at least one.
So if there's one thing I get done as your next president, one war that I promise you I will wage and that we will win, it's not some pointless foreign war abroad. It is a war on our own shadow government, right here at home in the United States of America. Let's get...
This notion that he's running for vice president, I would rather see Trump be the vice president than Vivek. And I think Vivek has a stronger handle on the law and the Constitution than President Trump ever did. I like the fact that he's not been beat up by the press and the Democratic Party to the extent that he has been. So I would really rather see him as the number one in the candidacy rather than the number two. So.
Thank you.